Welcome to Omaranger 004, and today we will explore the Psycho Rangers, including Green Psycho Ranger. But before we start, please join me on Patreon by Omaranger 004. Your small donation helps run the channel. With that out of the way, let's begin. The Psycho Rangers are evil counterparts of the Power Rangers and antagonists from Power Rangers in Space. The group consists of about 5 Rangers: Psycho Red, Psycho Black, Psycho Blue, Psycho Yellow and Psycho Pink, and one comic-exclusive Ranger, Psycho Green. Astronema created the Psycho Rangers, not only to destroy the Power Rangers, but to help her overthrow Dark Spectre, since their powers were tied to him. Because of this, the more they fought, the more of Dark Spectre's power they would drain. However, the Psychos were too obsessed with destroying the Rangers and became increasingly frustrated, since Astronema would constantly call them away from battle just when they were getting close to destroying the Power Rangers. Eventually, this obsession began leading to them engaging the Rangers on their own, which would cause the destruction of Psycho Pink and Psycho Blue. They were destroyed because the Rangers discovered each Psycho is designed to fight the Power Ranger of the corresponding color. With Pink and Blue gone, the Rangers managed to destroy Psychos Red, Black and Yellow. However, the Psychos still lived on as spirits. Later, when Astronema managed to use a machine to turn the Power Rangers and many of the citizens of Angel Grove into data cards, the Psychos succeeded in entering the machine, which let them regain their physical bodies. They freed the Rangers from their data cards so they could destroy them personally. Finding themselves outmatched, the Power Rangers managed to transform the Psychos into data cards. However, these cards found their way into the hands of Deviant, who freed the Psycho Rangers and sent them after the Galaxy Power Rangers. But the Space Rangers returned and teamed up with them to defeat the Psycho Rangers, destroying all of them except for Psycho Pink. She managed to learn the location of the Savage Sword, a powerful sword that continually grew with more energy. After getting her hands on it, she engaged the Pink Galaxy and Space Rangers and managed to drive the sword into the Pink Space Rangers morpher. This destroyed it and absorbing the energy of the morpher to make a tornado. After transforming into her monster form and growing, Psycho Pink engaged both teams' Megazords, but was destroyed. However, to save Cassie's life, Kendrix had to sacrifice her own. Psycho Red was based on the Red Space Ranger and had absorbed his brainwaves, making Psycho Red perfect to fight Andros. He is the most egotistical, arrogant, brash, evil, brutal, violent and disloyal of the group and frequently disobeyed orders and caused conflict on the team. After Psycho Blue's destruction, Psycho Red, along with Psycho Yellow and Psycho Black, assumed human forms to try and track the Rangers by identifying their voices. As is the case with all the Psychos, Psycho Red has a monster form, a fire-based monster, and he wields the Psycho Sword. Psycho Black was based on the Black Space Ranger and had absorbed his brainwaves, making Psycho Black perfect to fight Carlos. He is the most intellectual, level-headed and rational of the Psychos and is the most willing to follow Astronema's orders. After Psycho Blue's destruction, Psycho Black, along with Psycho Red and Psycho Yellow, assumed human forms to try and track the Rangers by identifying their voices. As is the case with all the Psychos, Psycho Black has a monster form, a rock-based monster, and wields the Psycho Rod. Psycho Blue was based on the Blue Space Ranger and had absorbed his brainwaves, making him perfect to fight TJ. He is the cruelest member of the team and possibly the most psychotic. Psycho Blue met his end the first time after the Rangers all dressed up as the Blue Ranger to confuse the Psychos, and he fought them on his own. As is the case with all the Psychos, Psycho Blue has a monster form, an ice-based monster, and wields the Psycho Axe. Psycho Yellow was based on the Yellow Space Ranger and had absorbed her brainwaves, making her perfect to fight Ashley. She was deceitful, calculating and manipulative, using her teammates to fulfill her own goals and preferring to work alone. After Psycho's blue destruction, Psycho Yellow, along with Psycho Red and Psycho Black, assumed human forms to try and track the Rangers by identifying their voices. As is the case with all the Psychos, Psycho Yellow has a monster form, a hornet lizard monster, and wields the Psycho Slinger. Psycho Pink was based on the Pink Space Ranger and had absorbed her brainwaves, making her perfect to fight Cassie. Psycho Pink was first destroyed after Psycho Yellow manipulated Pink into helping her capture the Yellow Ranger, but she escaped and Psycho Pink pursued her, only to be destroyed after the other Rangers arrived. As is the case with all the Psychos, Psycho Pink has a monster form, a plant-based monster, and wields the Psycho Bow. Psycho Green is a comic-exclusive character that was absent in the TV series, but was the right hand of Dark Spectre in the 19th century, who was sent to release Rita Repulsa, but his spaceship was shot down by Zordon and Alpha 5. Psycho Green survived and his ship placed him into a deep sleep. He was the first and original Psycho Ranger in history, and the only one who isn't a clone. Psycho Green was once known as Trek, the traitorous Green Ranger of Supersonic Rangers from Zybria, home planet to Time Force Green Ranger Trip, who betrayed his team due to had enough of mistreated by his selfish leader, Supersonic Red Ranger Ace. A century later, Psycho Green was reawakened by the events of the moon landing in 1969. He attacks the Blue and Black Rangers, Nikolai Chukarin and Jamie Gilmore, and kills Jamie with a boulder. After Grace, Tarona and Daniel, the Red, Yellow and Pink Rangers show up to confront Psycho Green, Psycho Green is easily able to defeat them by shattering Daniel's visor to make him lose oxygen and die in the vacuum of space before eventually reaching the space dumpster. The remaining Rangers shoot Psycho Green down, but the effect didn't work as he transforms into his monster form, a dragon-like flaming green monster, and wields the Psycho Dagger as he chases the trio to Rita's palace. He was eventually destroyed when Nikolai made the ultimate sacrifice as the cost of his own life by setting an explosion in the inside of Psycho Green. Grace then secretly takes Psycho Green's dagger for safekeeping. In reality, Psycho Green was merely buried under the surface of the moon for decades, his armor battered, but his powers preserving him in the prime of his youth and sustaining him purely through the combination of Dark Spectre's dark energy and Trek's own corrupted connection to the Morphin Grid. For years, he remained hidden and began to observe every events where he learned Astronema, upon being brainwashed into evil by Darkonda through a brainwashed Ecliptor, created 5 Psycho Rangers we know based on Space Rangers, but likely also indirectly Supersonic Rangers, thus indirectly make her his new step-sister for this. As the Psycho Rangers destroyed 3rd times, involving being defeated by the hands of Space Rangers, Trek managed to retrieve the Space Psycho Rangers' broken data cards and revive them, granting them to be able to demorph into civilian forms based on one of Astronema's victims, since Psycho Red, Black and Yellow did before their first defeats. He leads Psycho Rangers to attack another planet to lure Corone and making her return into Astronema. Unaware to Trek, Corone would follow his scheme, allowing her chance to redeem the Psycho Rangers to be good, feeling responsible for creating them, causing a conflict between her and Andros over Psycho Rangers' redemption. When Space Rangers found Trek's hideout, Trek was about to kill an unconscious Andros, but was stopped by Psycho Pink, who managed to gain a sanity and redemption first. As the redeemed Psycho Rangers core team live peacefully with their newfound life, Trek is finally being imprisoned. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, Even more videos about your favorite comics, movies are coming soon. Join me on Patreon by Omaranger004. Your small donation helps run the channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.